You're listening to The Hang with Mike Manson Waters and Matt Spice Floyd.
Welcome to The Hang with Mike and Matt.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Matt. It snuck up on me.
I know.
Snuck up on me. I'm frazzled.
Don't be frazzled.
Oh.
It'll be okay.
Okay.
We'll get through it. We're
Okay.
just hanging.
Just hanging, man.
Just
You
hanging.
can't screw up a hang.
I mean, we could.
Oh, yeah, you could.
But,
If you're a real dick.
yeah.
Get out of my house.
Can you imagine we just came to fisticuffs one night over the hang?
That'd be a great end to The Hang. And we'd never do it again.
Yeah, that's it. Just a nice on-air breakup. I love a good radio on-air breakup. It is fun to listen to some of those from the past.
Oh. I've never heard of an on-air breakup. There's some good ones?
There are some good ones.
I bet there are. You just can't take it anymore.
I mean, it's almost like, some are not like official breakups, but you know it's around the corner. Because the awkward silence between the two, and it's like, okay, all right. And then you just know it's downhill
It's
from
done.
there. Yeah, it's done.
It's like Ron and Ron. They said they didn't talk to each other.
Yeah.
They show up and you do your work, and then when you go to a commercial break, you don't even act like the other person's there.
Yeah.
That's how much they hate each other.
Fortunately, as of now, we won't come to blows. We can have discussions. We can hang. We can have differing opinions. And at the end of the day, we just go home and
Go home.
live our life.
I have a steadfast rule. I don't fight anyone over 6 feet tall. I'm not a giant man. It's just foolhardy act. I don't have boxing training or martial arts, so I'm just going to get overpowered by a much larger man.
I don't want to fight anybody.
I don't either. It's like Trace, Trace. He doesn't fight. He didn't get in fights, but he
Right.
has.
Sure.
And he's like, I like to fight. He's like, I get drunk and fight, and I was like, not me. I don't ever want to get hit in the face.
Nah, it seems like a whole to do, and at some point you become a grown up, and it's like, what are we doing? Like, are we really about to fighting?
Over
really?
what?
Like,
Over what?
Like for
Yeah.
what? Like,
Nah. When I got my nose broke, that hurts. I mean, that felt like it almost knocked me out.
was that when you got robbed?
No, I was playing basketball.
Oh, okay.
3-on-3. I was going up with who was it? Me, Weston, Trace, and one of his friends. So we had 5 people. We go up to the court, and this guy's shooting, and he's like, "Mind if I join you?" And we're like, "Hey, we can do 3-on-3." So he comes over. We inbounds the ball. I take a shot. It bounces off the rim. I go in for the rebound, and Trace said it looked like he intentionally did it. He hit me as hard as he could in my face. He didn't hit the ball. He just karate chopped my face and broke my nose. And I was disoriented and blood just pouring everywhere. I was like, who would want to do that for a living?
Right. I was sparring.
Oh, never again.
I was sparring years ago in Muay Thai class, and the trainer, you would have never known he was a badass, right? He wore like these Harry Potter looking glasses and real nonchalant attitude and all that. But boy, I'll tell you what, once he gloved up, it was game over. And I got him with a decent shot. Now, not a good shot,
Yeah.
just a mediocre, decent
You
shot.
finally got one through.
And I saw his face, and his whole demeanor was like, okay.
Yeah.
And he bruised my rib, and it was the worst pain I've ever been in my life. It wasn't even a broken rib, a bruised rib. For weeks, I couldn't. It put me down.
That's what I don't understand. I watch these MMA fights, and I'll see a guy. He'll be up against the ropes, and they're all tied up. And this one guy, he'll be rearing back with his leg and kneeing the guy in the thigh.
Yeah.
And 6 or 7 times, And it's like, have you ever been kneed in the thigh? It's like, I'd be in bed for a week.
They must be like mainlining calcium or something. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Just kneeing him, or they're stomping on their toes. Sometimes they stomp on your toes. I'd be like holding my foot and pouncing across the ring.
I'd do one of those bitch moves where, ow!
I'd give up right there.
But yet, of all the things, it still is mind-boggling that the nut shot is illegal. Like, you can't do a nut. Like, that's how sensitive
That's
a
how bad it
guy's
is.
junk is. Like, for any ladies out, like, it is that bad that in MMA you can do basically anything you want. But if you get a nut shot, time is called. You get as much time as you need to recover.
You do.
It's off the books.
People would rather get punched square in the face than take a hard ball tap.
Yeah. A hard ball tap is, it's crazy.
It's a weird pain, too. It's a weird pain that consumes your body.
It's one that you can't explain. And I know women will do that thing where it's like, well, we got to carry babies and we got to do this. So at least but I don't know if a woman can feel that sort of pain. I guess child rearing might be the closest thing to it. I don't know.
It's probably a different kind of pain, but I guarantee that I would take a shot to the nuts.
Yeah.
A boot to the nuts rather than force something out of an opening in my body that weighed 8 pounds. Oh my God.
That you had in there for 9 months.
Oh, and you had to deal with that for 9 months.
You think in Guantanamo, you think during their little torture sessions, you think they were doing ball taps? Because of all that, like a water torture, whatever, like if you just had just military members just ball tapping all day or rubber band snapping to a terrorist's nuts, like it's game over. Like I don't care what kind of terrorist you are or how strong-willed you are. I mean, repeated ball taps is going to get you. Eventually, you're gonna cave, right?
So, is there a universal, unbroken agreement with all countries? They're like, the only thing we won't do. Chemical weapons. Yeah, we'll use them. Yeah, we know we said we wouldn't, but we will. Everything, but no ball taps. Anybody's like, no.
Only if you're a member of NATO, they won't ball tap you.
No, the Russians will ball tap the hell out. But you don't hear about that. You don't hear about it. He was a prisoner of war for 17 years, and one of the worst things was the ball tapping.
That's true. They would put shoots down your fingernails. But you never heard anything about nut torture. For some reason, unless I'm wrong, maybe we're wrong. Maybe there's something in the history books. But
I've never. It's possible. I'm sure people are in the chat are going to be saying, "Well, I heard about this ball torture.
Chinese ball torture.
I heard about what the Japs used to do to your balls was they put them in a vice."
Is it true? And I don't. I guess I could give this a goog on my own. But back in the day, like the Vietnam days, when they had the Vietnamese, I said that very quick. Vietnamese, like the escorts and all that, would they put the torture devices inside their vagina and trap penises in there?
I don't.
And it
know.
would shred them.
I have not heard that one. That's a good one though.
Like a Chinese finger trap, but like a Chinese penis trap.
A Chinese pussy trap.
Yeah. You really never heard? I don't know. I thought for sure you would know that one.
That's almost a Google. That's a Google.
Yeah,
I don't even know how I'm trying to think.
I thought they had done a thing where some of the ladies they put a device in there, and then when the man enters them, it's basically like you can't get out without shredding. Now I don't know how it all works. I hope to never find out. But ball taps and penis shredding seem like two of the worst tortures ever.
Oh, I'm almost there. It's a long Google.
I don't even know what you would Google.
Did Vietnamese women put devices in their vaginas? I'm just going to say that.
That is a long
I'm
Google.
just going to say that. Yeah, there are rumors. Some prostitutes wore devices in their vaginas with razor blades.
Yeah.
But I think that was just cheap scuttlebutt. That's what they say.
They said cheap scuttlebutt?
They said that's what that's not an official. That's just a person answering it.
I'll ask Grok later.
I bet that. I think that's an old wives' tale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Yep. Nothing. I haven't seen anything. They did some bad stuff though.
They definitely did some bad stuff.
But I'm out. I don't know. Like you see, John McCain was tortured for 17 years, or however long it was, and he never broke. I'm thinking take like 2 days for me, and I'm like, what? Anything? Just stop hitting me. I don't give a shit. Stop hitting me.
I'll tell you what you want to know. Like, and at least I'll give you some disinformation. I don't know. Like, I can't tell you whether this is true or not. And then just maybe point them in the wrong direction, Like,
yeah, then they come back even worse when that was a lie.
yeah, but be like, I don't know. Like, I thought that was
Tough shit.
That's what I heard.
Pow.
How
Right,
are you really supposed to? Like, what if they
How
just
do they
go,
know? I mean,
yeah.
you would have to know some specific. Like as soon as they capture you and they say, "Where are you going to invade tomorrow?" and we're going to beat the fuck out of you till you tell us. And I'm, after 17 hours, I'm like, hey, Normandy.
It's happening.
And I don't know how. I don't know if that makes you.
Makes you a traitor to your country.
It makes you,
Mike. That's what it makes you.
Yeah, you'd fold in half an hour.
Less than a Seinfeld episode is all it takes for me to fold.
Oh, ball taps.
Ball taps.
Illegal in all countries. That shows how
Quite the agreement.
how men rule the world. That's
Oh,
why,
my
that's why you
God.
don't want to let the women in there. You can let the women in power, they start ball tapping.
It might happen.
It might happen.
Shit might get real. Might get real very fast.
Can you imagine going in front of that all-woman jury with the all-woman judge and the all-women lawyers, and they're like, "So, Matt," and they see your disgusting crime, and they sentence you, obviously guilty.
Obviously.
No, because every
Right,
man's guilty. 6 months of ball tapping.
Oh my God! Imagine 30 years of ball taps, and it's just every hour on the hour they unlock your cell and just ping, just bing. Eventually, I guess you'd
forever.
have to.
How long till you go insane?
Realistically,
Like
a week.
maybe, maybe
Like for real.
6
a week?
hours. Just bing.
I mean, at that point, you just want to like rip off your nuts and maybe just.
Maybe your body would send you into shock and say, "No, we can't deal with this." my balls are my balls are hurting right now from all this ball talk.
Oh, this ball talk. Speaking of ball talk,
Yeah.
check this segue out. I played pickleball last week, and it was my first time.
At the MJ Kelly. Pickleball, you say? Pickleball, amazing. Yeah. Plastic balls and pedals.
It was all right. I'm in.
I'm
I'm in.
He's in.
I'm in. I hate to say that. I hate that I gotta like say that to you. I've despised pickleball from day one. The time I've heard about this until I played, and I'm like going, okay, it's not that bad. Like it was like a larger version of ping pong and a less big version of tennis. And I didn't have to move as much. And I seem to be okay at it so far. And I'm going, all right, I get it. I'm not happy that I get it. I'm not thrilled, but you might actually like it.
Pickleball is destroying America.
I know. I know. I know. I've capitulated.
See, that's probably because if this was like the old days, you would still have plenty of guys your age who you would regularly hit up to go play tennis.
Right.
But that ain't nobody playing. Man, those courts are empty.
Well, it's because
Other-
they've put pickleball lines on them, and everybody's playing pickleball. You can't play tennis on them.
No, you can play tennis on them.
Not if somebody's playing pickleball.
Oh, well, but you,
But I mean, there's more pickleball players out there
there's a shit-
looking to play at 6 o'clock than tennis players.
absolutely. There's virtually no tennis players.
Yeah,
So
and-
you excuse me, are succumbing to your only chance to have some competitive, fun sports in your life is to play pickleball.
Yeah,
And I do
spot on.
I do get that.
you're spot on.
Almost makes me want to play pickleball.
I mean, we could go out there and play it, and the best part is we could learn it in like 5 minutes. And you go, oh, okay, that works. I get it. Because if you have any sort of coordination,
Oh, yeah. I mean, if
ability,
you can play tennis,
you'll be fine.
and ping pong, which both of us can. Obviously, you can play pickleball.
Yeah.
Just step right out there and play.
Wasn't so bad. That's all I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm in confessional. Like I'm
I mean, I get it because I used to love to play softball, and I started playing and organizing teams when I was 21, 22 years old. Played for a couple decades.
yeah.
And then once I got into my 40s, I couldn't find nobody to play softball. Just nobody would commit to it. And it was like, this fucking sucks, man. It's so much fun.
Are those leagues still even
I don't
a
even
thing?
know. I don't. I'm sure they are, but because back used to go to the Hillsborough County softball meeting, and there was, like 150 guys there.
Yeah.
With managers for their team to get the stupid schedule and everything, and face this tedious meeting by a government official who was in charge of the softball program.
Tell you what the county's going to do for you.
Oh, it was brutal. And then at the end, what's worse, because you got to give him your check.
Yeah.
So you can't leave. And he's like, all right, any questions? And you're like, no. And then every Yahoo's like, well, what happens if you show up and the lights are not working? And you're like, no.
I feel like any league now. I don't know about the softball leagues back in the day. Was it centered around drinks and partying?
No.
So, see, I feel like all the ones
That
now
Sunday-
are centered around
Yeah.
sort of like even the pickleball leagues. People will bring beer. I'll see. I've seen it. They just bring coolers out there, and they're,
Yeah, I get,
But it is pickleball.
But I think it's a different. I don't know if I'm 22 years old, if I'm looking to get a cooler and play some pickleball. I was into more competitive stuff. Like I'd love to
Right.
play volleyball, and back when you're young, volleyball was totally different. You're like diving around and people, like acting like a maniac. And I enjoyed the competitiveness, and you're arguing over points and shit. That's what I used to enjoy, that stuff.
You know what the worst is? Beach volleyball. I couldn't play beach volleyball for more than 5 minutes now. The jumping in the
It's
sand and all,
hard. It's
like
hard.
it's amazing.
It's frustrating too. 'Cause you want to jump, but you can't.
Yeah, you just can't. There's no height there.
You want to run, but you can't.
We went to the beach this past weekend and stayed the night over there. Man, they had a beach volleyball court, and I'm watching all these teenagers play, and they're having a good time. And I'm going, I wouldn't know what to do. Like, there's not a chance in hell I would be. I'd get laughed off the court. It's one of those things where you get aged out of some shit. I don't know.
I see, but if you see a bunch of kids playing basketball, you can just join right in.
I won't.
No, because if you have a work ethic, you'll kill them. You hustle for a ball, they ain't hustling for no ball. I've done it before. You go up there and just like, I'm running around doing that, and they're like, it's like, whatever, dude. I came here to play.
Yeah, you're gonna hoop it up.
But yeah.
I will say, I did, on the beach, we went to a touristy shop, a convenience store, okay? And they were selling Delta, like, I guess it was the Delta 9 stuff, because it wasn't medical marijuana, right? Because they can't sell that in the convenience store.
Yeah.
But they had this aisle of just THC-looking snacks. They had cookies and candies and all this stuff, and it's just out in the open. I hadn't seen this before in a convenience store. It's like,
Yeah.
welcome to the beach, and then you can pick up chips, sandwiches, and then all of a sudden there's a row of things. And I looked at it.
Bet a bunch of people are passed out on that beach.
Okay, I mean, I'm fine with whatever people want to do, but like the strength of these things seems a little much.
I think it does seem like a little much.
And I like to think of myself as fairly liberal in that regard. Like, I get it. You want to have a little fun. You want to party a little bit, drink a little bit, smoke a little bit. Do what you want to do, right? But Mike, I saw this thing. Let me show a picture of it. Can I show a picture of it to the camera so
Absolutely.
they know I'm legit? Is that
All right. Right there.
okay?
Little up. Just a hair up. Okay, right.
You're never going to be able to read it. I'll read it too.
Yeah, I can't read that, but yeah, it looks like a nerd's rope.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like a candy rope. And I'm like, oh, that looks enticing. What's up with this thing? Now, keep in mind, You remember that can trip that I told you about? That THC drink or whatever? That was 50 milligrams. I was to the moon.
That's a lot. That's a shit ton.
I was to the moon for a very long time off of that. And I know some people might be like, oh, he's weak, 50 grams. That's no big deal. 50 milligrams. I do that for lunch. For me, it got me to the moon.
But that's the most stupid argument, too. It's because, all you're saying is he doesn't have a tolerance because he doesn't do it a lot.
Yeah.
What does that make you less of a man because you don't participate in some event as much as other men do?
Right.
I always hated that mentality. It's like, well, I don't smoke 7 bowls a day like you. I'm sorry.
Right. I just don't.
I got shit to do.
So let's say you're a 21-year-old female, because you do have to be 21 or older to buy this, or male, female, whatever, right? And you go in this convenience store and you're going, oh, wow, look at this. Oh, that looks cool. A little gourmet THC tiki totem pole, it's called. Okay? Now, the strength level on here says wrecked. That is literally what it says on there, the strength level of wrecked. Now, if you don't know milligrams, which I don't, again.
Who does? We're Americans.
Right? How many milligrams do you think this has? It's just an innocent-looking candy rope.
How big's that rope? Just give me like.
I mean, it was fairly large. I mean, it was a decent-sized rope, but
decent. So I would be thinking like
box of nerds style, just on a rope.
30 or 40, maybe.
Okay, this rope is 1,000 milligrams.
No, that's impossible.
1,000 milligrams.
That doesn't even seem possible.
I had to do a double take. I'm going 1,000 milligrams, like Jesus Christ. So then we pretended to buy it, and we sent our son a picture. I'm like, hey, Dad's about to do this, and my son is like, tell him not to. Tell him to watch some anti-anxiety videos. Don't do this. Like you don't want to do that. Like again, 1,000 milligrams. Now
what's that thing called?
It's by. I don't.
What's the name of the product? You said it was.
It looks like it's Litis Sweets. I don't know.
No, what you called it. You said.
Yeah. It's from the Puff Hut Cafe. A THC tiki totem pole.
Maybe that's a jobber thing. THC tiki.
Now it does have a warning. It says, this is a very large dose in a small package. Please enjoy carefully and responsibly. Microdosing is recommended. Cut each pole into, and then it says row pieces, whatever that means, about 50 milligrams each. But if you don't read that part and you're just, snacking on it or whatever, you don't think to do your due diligence, this could fuck you up.
Somebody just hands you that. You're at a party and somebody said, hey, and you're like, you eat half of it. So you're eating
500 milligrams.
And I don't understand.
Like at some point.
Dave Primavera says 1,000 milligrams from the dispensary is different than 1,000 milligrams from the dot shop around the corner.
Wait, hold on. Why? Isn't 1,000 milligrams 1,000 milligrams?
I can't believe that would be
just
legal.
Available?
Because it would.
And I'm all about rights.
It might not kill you because weed just doesn't seem to be able to kill you, but you might do something to yourself to kill yourself because you would be out of your mind.
That's what I'm saying. And like,
I'm 1,000 milligrams.
I think you and I both are on the same page. Like going, hey man, do what you want. Like, but at some point, I don't know, maybe there does need be some rules and regulations about the stuff that's being sold, like just at, just corner stores or something like that.
I don't understand. Everything's such a big deal. And
I sound like an old man saying that too.
I know, but
and I'm not a fan of that.
But like tobacco.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe the Camel has to be. We can't have a cartoon smoking a cigarette because then children might get hooked on cigarettes, which is something that would take decades to kill you. But we don't even care if your kid can get a hold of a 50 milligram gummy and go comatose for 2 days.
Right.
And they're just fine with it.
Or a pack of THC nerds shaped like a rope, and you can just munch on it and not have the effects hit you right. I mean, look, if you're smoking a bowl, you're going to pretty much feel that effect pretty much immediately. Am I right? Like more often than not, you're
Within a
not going to
minute,
get.
within a minute. You're gonna.
Yeah, it's not going to be too delayed. This is going to be delayed. It's got to go through your system. It's got to take hold.
Makes it worse.
Right, because you take a bite, it's tasty, and you take another bite, it's tasty, and then all of a sudden, then when it hits you, by the time it hits you, you're dosed up. I don't know.
I don't understand why. I'm very, as far as things like that. I'm liberal. People should be able to do what they want. Marijuana should be legal. I'm a grown man. I don't need to eat candy weed. I'm a grown man.
Right. It's not targeted for us. It's targeted
I mean, if you made it illegal, but you just had to eat it in something that kids didn't want to eat.
Right.
It seems like making it.
If you put weed in broccoli, they're not going to touch
exactly. I'll eat the weed. I mean, I'll eat the broccoli. But to make it nerd ropes and chocolate and all everything like sour gummies.
Everything's sweet treats.
The most hippest candy. Kids are way into the sour gummies, So making sour gum. Of course, the kid's going to open the cabinet and eat all the sour gummies because a lot of people aren't responsible. I don't get it. We're the nanny state, except for that. We don't we finally were like, and weed's legal. Do whatever you want. What's up with that?
Well, and they're going to go, oh, well, it's not officially weed. It's one chemical off. But I'll tell you, I don't know, it still can fuck you up. Again, I don't like sounding like the get off my lawn guy, dude. Like, I don't want to be the old guy. It just seems
common sense, right?
Well, I think you made the good point of okay, you can't have Joe Camel on a cigarette pack. And, look, they, what was the Juuls, the vapes?
Yeah.
And they took those off the market because they said they were marketing them to kids.
Flavored. Yeah,
and the packaging was overtly towards kids. I'm looking at a goddamn nerd rope with 1,000 milligrams of THC just on the shelf.
It makes no sense at all. When if they started selling liquor, marketed with SpongeBob whiskey bottles.
Yeah,
there'd be an outcry because they wouldn't let them do it. You're not trying to market whiskey to children, but nerd ropes, candy bars,
all the sweet treats,
gummies,
and they had
I don't get it.
And they had like a one of those carousels, like you spin it, and there was a bunch of things on there. It wasn't just one little small row of things. It was like going in Claire's boutique and having your daughter look for earrings and just spin the carousel around.
I don't get it.
I don't know either, man. Yeah.
I don't know why we started talking about any of this.
Hey, we're talking about,
get off of my... Oh, see?
These are the things that happen.
Fuck the hang. Get off of my lawn radio. That's the ticket.
I don't want to be that guy.
Okay, well, screw you. I'm going to be that guy. Sometimes I'm taking that.
Sometimes we end up being that guy.
But cluster have to get off my lawn radio.
No,
it's all about the name. It's a fucking jelly roll. If you wasn't fat and named Jelly Roll, you never would have got nowhere.
He's getting skinny now.
Nah, nobody's gonna want to hear him.
Hey, it looks weird.
Got too much loose skins. He's one of those loose skin fat guys.
Well, because there's only so much you can do. I mean, you're gonna have loose skin.
Rough.
But I think he ran a marathon, and I can't do that. So props to him.
Wow. Because he built up those legs carrying around 200 pounds each. Every step was 200-pound squat. He's the strongest man in the world.
What a nightmare daily. Just be like, I'm going to take one step now.
Like an elephant.
2 steps.
That's how Bubba was when we first started the show. When he was 400 plus.
Yeah.
How much was he? What was it, 488?
488.
Was it 488?
But then again, here's the thing. He's such a liar. He could have been totally just falsifying that number.
But at that time, that's how he was going down.
Cheating on the weightings.
Just going on the weight. Always the weight.
The weightings.
Lumbered down the hall like an elephant. And if he hadn't done something, he was going to die.
But what did he do?
Well, yeah, but I think the cat's way out of the bag on that.
I don't think so.
You think so? I think everybody knows that is. I mean, it's not even, and I don't think it's a big deal now. See, nobody cares.
Well, I don't think
it's just another, like, it's
I don't
like
know, I think-
9/11. They could say it was fake right now. You wouldn't
I
care,
think it's
man.
I think it's a funnier deal when you say that like you did all this hard work to lose weight and you've been working out a lot and all that, but it's like, yeah, not really. That's like somebody who takes Ozempic now and it's like, man, just been really working out. It's like, you had a shortcut. You cheated a little bit, which is fine.
Yeah, but people don't care anymore. They
right.
don't care.
So, but
He should just.
I'm not going to get into
come
that.
out. We should give it. Let us program your show. We'll make it good. He should do a whole show where he admits it, just talks about the psychology behind it, and then like a semi-apology. But blah blah blah. People would be those fucking guys that eat that shit up.
I was working out the whole time. All I was doing was working out.
Sorry, I said that to you. It's the only thing that was going to save my life.
Speaking of
I'm sorry.
Speaking of that guy, what's up with these Diddy things, man? Is Diddy gonna? I mean, it's very sad. The similarities are a little.
Diddy, nothing's going on with Diddy.
He's
right?
on trial, man.
They're not even covering the trial.
Well, they
See, the Diddy trial he must really know so much and have so much that they don't even want anybody to know about it. So they're starting World War III. So we don't know about Diddy.
It's
That's
a
what it
divergence?
is. It's like Diddy's on trial. Start World War III because we were all screwing underage kids.
Oh man, you think that's what it was, huh?
Yeah. What else is? Why would you even bother with it unless he was doing,
they
things
dropped-
against people against their will? Nothing's a big deal.
Well, they dropped charges today, basically.
Like, did they?
Yeah,
I
like
didn't
the
see
prosecution was essentially going, "Hey, we're not going to lean into this argument anymore of like certain like kidnapping and things." Like they kind of realized like, oh shit, maybe these adults, they kind of did that on their own. Maybe it wasn't coerced or forced in this particular scenario. So they're kind of like laying off of some of that and trying to get them on some other things, kind of lean into some other charges. But I guess, but they had to watch it. They watched freak off videos in the court, like for the jury, and he had to just be in there and watch these.
Yeah.
Just a whole freak off videos. If you're a jury member,
I mean, those freak out videos are like 2 days long, aren't they? Like, didn't they have like a 48-hour freak out? Just like nonstop. He was on 1,000 milligrams of Viagra, 1,000 milligrams of THC, and 1,000 milligrams of Prozac.
our old boss, he was having fweet offs. just fweet offs. Never mind. They had to show the jury these things, and if you're a jury member. And let's say you're a jury member who's just a normal person, right? Maybe you've never been involved in any of that stuff in your life or never really seen it. And then all of a sudden, you're just trying to make an informed decision and they just pop in all these videos as just these freak offs. Like, what do you do? Like, what's going through your mind as a juror? Like, because is he fucking weird?
Can
Yeah,
I be
he's weird,
excused?
right? Like, can I get out of this thing? This guy's odd.
But what is the point? That usually, that's irrelevant. Unless there was things that are illegal going on in the freak offs, they mean nothing. You're allowed to freak off all day long, as long as you don't break the law.
Maybe the freak offs to begin with were against the law.
How?
Maybe it's showing some sort of coercion, or it's showing that
Well, then-
hey,
why are they
this person
dropping
came like
charge?
he
That's
paid
rape.
for travel across state lines and set these things up and paid for hotel rooms and expenses and like. I think that's where the RICO thing comes into play. I don't know if the videotapes really have any. I'm kind of with you. It doesn't like. It's just. I think it's more made to embarrass, right? Like that's kind of what it
It's a
seems.
humiliation ritual because he was a bad boy, and now they're like showing him.
Take that.
They're like you came this close to being Epstein. Is that what they're doing?
I don't know,
no,
man.
You better straighten up.
You think he's?
I don't know.
Do you think
What was the big deal? Why is there such a big deal when it's nothing? If he's just an asshole who beats women, yeah, we'll go to jail for that. What? That's not even spectacular. That's I know, but they had the video all this time. Just show the video, send him to jail for 5 years, and let's get on with our lives. What are we doing this fake Diddy trial freak off in the courtroom? That's irrelevant shit.
Well, I heard the last freak off video they showed, like he like leaned forward in the courtroom and then like kind of like took notes and like kind of stood up or something like that. Like like, hey, you don't know what's going on in that room, like one of those kind of
Out of
things.
context.
Yeah, like, hey, man, there's more to this, man.
It's a backstory.
You don't know what happened before this.
I heard he started jacking off. Just like the old days. He's like, I'm going to get in one more jack off right here. One more public jack off.
The ultimate freak off is just him pulling down trout in the courtroom.
How many strokes do you think he gets before the bailiff tackles him? 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop me when you're 1, 2,
would be
3,
weird.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're not tackling me, are you?
I mean-
You're watching for a while. I can see you. You're watching. This is a He's got the bailiff's got his iPhone out going, oh, this is going to go for $10,000.
And then the court, the sketch person for the courtroom has to do a sketch of him with his dong out, just sketching it up. Real ugly colors.
It looked like a monster dong. You know, they all look like monsters.
Yeah, the only pictures we've seen of Diddy in court are the sketch artists, you know, and like they show him with these like evil eyebrows, and they show him with all this gray hair, and I'm thinking to myself like, I got to know what this man looks like now, modern day. Last time I saw Diddy, he was pressed, good cut, high fade, you know.
They're not giving him the spa treatments in prison.
Right, like I want to know what this ghoul looks like now, just in there.
Now,
you know.
is he being held without bail? Mm-hmm. But if the charges are not even serious,
Well, they're pretty serious.
so what are they?
I don't know, but they're pretty serious.
Human trafficking?
Yep.
But is it like really human trafficking, or is it some kind of technical RICO? He's just bringing in a prostitute from, 2 towns over or something bullshit like that. Who gives a shit?
So he flew in the Punisher. I mean, everybody knew what was going on there.
Do you care that he flew in the Punisher? Was it illegal to flew in the? Maybe it is. Who gives a shit?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think there was obviously. I think there was some females involved too, right? So, but the RICO thing is, that's what they get you on, right? Like, it's the old mafia charge. RICO. We'll get him on a RICO.
But usually they're trying to get somebody who's doing terrible things.
I think he did terrible things.
But he's such a genius. There's no proof of none of it. He's
also
got a
think
million hours of video, and he never did nothing
He
bad.
has very good attorneys too. So that's one thing, they've got public prosecutors. We do know how that went in the OJ trial, right? You get a good defense team versus public prosecutors, it's not going to favor you. You know.
I was going to say, but you're getting the top prosecutor, but still, yeah.
You're getting the top defense, and the top defense is the top defense for a reason.
The real top prosecutors are all in private practice because they're fucking good.
Right. And they're going, well, I can't, let me just get that money. I'll get the Diddy money. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a mystery.
It is a mystery.
It's a mystery. But Epstein didn't kill himself, says Kash Patel. See? And he knows. He's seen it. He's seen the videos. He's seen the files. He knows it all.
Which, again, we were told that there was no video. All the video recording systems were down and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden they're going, oh, there is a video, but it doesn't really show anything interesting. And
the guys were taking a nap, too.
Yeah. And I have never seen an interview with those prison guards at all. If I'm a prison guard, I'm going to be like, look, who wants to interview me? I'll sell my interview for $10 million.
Exactly.
And tell you exactly what happened that night. But for some reason, those prison guards, they just kind of gone. I mean, they're still alive, but they're just gone.
There's something going on there.
Something.
Yeah. Another lawsuit in waiting. Subscribe for 68 months. Very good. There's very good names in this chat. Another lawsuit. I take them for granted because I see them every day.
I've never heard another lawsuit waiting. That is good.
What was I talking about?
Man, we were talking about
Candy Weed and Diddy,
pickleball.
I said when I switched I used to play a lot of sand volleyball just because that's where everybody was playing.
Yeah.
Donna's brother lived in an apartment complex, and they had a sand volleyball court. So that's what we did, was play sand volleyball court. Then we moved to grass later on in life. It's like,
Seems better.
so grass volleyball is the only no indoor volleyball, no sand. Man, grass, but you never get hurt laying on the grass. It's grass.
Can you name one grass volleyball player
No,
who's
there's
pro?
there's no grass volleyball.
Can you name one professional beach volleyball player? I can.
Go for it.
You name yours first.
No,
you know any?
I can name one. I can name Karch Karai.
Never mind. I can name two. I was going to say St. John Smith.
I know that one, but I wouldn't remember it. But I know
St. John and Karch Karai. Those are like the only two.
That's it.
I can,
Ever.
in the history of beach volleyball. That's it. That's it. Although all the women they're beautiful and they got great bodies, but I couldn't tell you any one of their names. But for some reason, St. John Smith sticks out in my brain.
I don't know, maybe it's they got cool names. Karch Karai, St. John Smith.
They were very cool names. Yeah.
And they were I don't know why they were so. I think they had cool names. It's the only explanation I could give.
It was also in like the 90s, and there was all those. It used to be like those beach stores in the mall, and I remember meeting St. John Smith in the mall. They brought him in for an appearance or something like that.
A big line.
I just happened to be walking around the mall. They're like, St. John Smith is signing autographs. I'm like, okay. And I went in there and got an autographed poster of St. John Smith, and I was like, I won't forget that name. Don't know really who the guy is.
St. John Smith.
St. John Smith.
Cool name.
St. John fucking Smith.
Yeah. I wanted to name Trace Torch.
That would have been solid.
See if he'd be playing the NFL right now. It's all about the name.
Unless he wasn't, then if he was just a really slow mechanic, my name's Torch. It doesn't go so well. It makes you seem like cool to instant redneck like that.
Yeah, you kind of got me on that one.
Yeah, 0 to
Donna,
100.
she
100 to 0.
vetoed it. She vetoed Torch.
That was literally an option.
No, I mean, for me, I was like, hey, how about Torch? And she actually wrote it down, and then she was like, I don't know about that Torch. So I was like, all right.
That's what I feel like the middle name is good for, is to have a little fun with the middle name, right? Like the first, you got to give them something serious, and then the middle name you can just kind of fuck around with the middle name, and they can decide to use it if they want to.
Because nobody can know your middle name someday. If you don't like your middle name, nobody knows your middle name.
Yeah, you just put the initial and call it a day, and that's that. Vance.
Thor. Michael Vance Vaughn. Thor was on my list too. Donna wasn't going for that either.
No way.
Thor. See, you're drafting the youth soccer team, and you're going, how about that Thor kid? Yeah, he sticks out because his name is Thor. See?
Unless he sucks.
But he didn't suck. See, he didn't suck.
Then he sticks out like a Thor thumb.
Thor. Boo.
Thank you. What did she have in mind?
Who had?
Donna. Was there any like crazy names on her end?
I can trace. So I can't remember any of the other ones.
Did you guys do like a name book of like, what do we want to name the kids? Like, we'll go through.
I think we had a name book, and we were like, I don't like any of these names, and we just made up a few names. I was like Berlin, West. I don't know how we came up with Weston. We just kind of made up some shit.
It's like my friend Aubrey, like a lot of like people to this day, they'll be like, Aubrey, like they'll rip on him and be like, oh, it's a girl's name. It's like, that's all you have? Like, it's not even his fault. He was like, it's not, it has nothing to do with him at all. Like, that's the hill you're going to die on. Like, you're going to rip on the man for the name that he was given by birth that he had no control over.
The average man in America is not equipped for a battle of wits. They just aren't. That's
the hater intellect is.
It's very low. It's very low. The average. I mean, there's some good haters, but the average hater is just not that good. I'm sorry. That's right. I said it. The average hater isn't that good. I was sitting in the bathroom after breakfast today, and the power goes. Nothing. It's like not a storm. It's a nice, bright day. So I'm in the bathroom. It's total bad. So I'm thinking in my head, oh, so this is how it ends. This is the cyber attack.
Yeah.
This is one day you're gonna be sitting there, and you're like, lightning, transformer out, or cyber attack.
That's it.
And the grid's down. Grid's down. That means civilization is over. Oh shit. Oh, I remember where I was. I was on the toilet that day when civilization ended.
Yeah.
But it was just a power outage.
Did it come right back up?
I don't know. I had to leave. It did come up relatively soon.
I was thinking about all this nuclear stuff last week, and I've been watching all these videos on nuclear war and what's going to happen if this. Hey, I'm back in that loop, right? Like,
Yeah.
much to my chagrin. Like, I don't want to be, but I can't help it, and the curiosity gets me, and all this stuff. And then I'm thinking about the Iran situation, and then for some reason I'm looping it back to the drone thing that happened in what was it?
New Jersey or
New Jersey. And I don't even know if the drones are still up there, right? All of a sudden that story got dropped. But
dropped.
when they were up there, one of the main thoughts amongst people were like, hey, there's a lost nuke out there, and these are some sort of drones that are supposed to detect nuclear weapons, and they're scouring
For
looking for it.
suitcase nuke.
Right.
One of the suitcase nukes that was smuggled out of the Ukraine in 1997.
Right, something like that.
That old gag.
And that old gag. And now I'm looking at the Iranian nuclear thing, and now I'm kind of like piecing that back, and I'm going, well, shit. Was this part of maybe the drone thing where Iran had some sort of nuclear like, who's to say? I don't know. Like, maybe we were using those drones to try to detect a nuke coming from over there for a while, and then they were like, well, we can't take any chances with this. Like, let's just go bomb the facility and all that. I don't know. I'm trying to like put two and two together between the drones, the nuke, and Iran. And I don't know if the puzzle pieces fit.
I don't know if they fit.
Couldn't tell you.
Know if they fit.
And we'll never know. But for me, I'm going, the drone thing they never really got to the bottom of it. They never really told us what it was, even though they promised on day one that they would. They just said they were authorized, and that was it. But authorized for what?
Like hobby drone, mainly hobby drones.
Come on, man.
A lot of local hobby.
Come on,
drone traffic.
I see
at
drones
night
all
in
the time.
New Jersey.
With people with hobby drones in parks and all that. They're all the same standard DJI brand hobby drone that's 18, 24 inches wide, something along those lines. Not the size of a car.
With the green and white light, green and red lights, and yeah.
Doesn't that seem weird? And the fact that they were saying it was potentially a nuke detector or something like that, which is why they would come out at night and all that. Like, to me, it just seems, it's got me freaking out a little bit. Not freaking out, but a little curious.
I don't know. I vacillate between the shit's it's got to be hitting this time. The shit's been just waiting to hit the fan. It's about to hit. They're just keeping us in a perpetual situation of drones, war, COVID,
Diddy.
Yeah, it's just one thing after the other, and you're just like you're just getting pummeled, and so you don't have time to think about what's really going on, which I don't know what it is, but I bet it ain't good.
Yeah, because like you forget it. Like, I hate it. Like, remember the drones. Like, nobody remembers the drones. It's not a topic of conversation at the water cooler.
Yesterday's news.
It's yesterday's news.
Yes, last year's news. How long?
But it was
years ago.
It was the news. That was all you would see. Drones. And I was all in.
Shit's about to go down. The drones.
Right. And I was all in.
It's all. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it just went away.
It just does. That's how it does. That's how it works.
Like,
I actually predicted the drone thing. I said, you know what's going to happen? One day we're going to be going, whatever happened with them drones? And they'll be like, I don't know. It just kind of went away. That's what they do. They just throw shit against the fan, and then get a little outrage, and then they just whatever. It's nothing really.
But if
I don't know what's going on.
But
man.
if you're in New Jersey and they're still flying up there, like, is it just become part of your nightly routine where you see these drones and it's just become commonplace and you get used to it, just like you get used to everything in life?
Jaded to the drones.
Right. And you just go, yeah, there's the drones again. Or are people still like going, something's not right here? Like, because I haven't seen anything about them in months.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, and I live in Jersey.
Could be
so
either way. There could be just as many drones today, and people are like, "Yeah, I guess that's just the new deal."
And nobody figured out where they're taking off from, or landing,
or not figure out nothing.
It's so weird.
They were looking for that suitcase nuke. Yeah, they found it.
I hope so. If that's the case, I hope so.
Or is that just, something thrown out there by conspiracy people to just get you zipped up about, when it's just... I mean, I heard they were Chinese drones being launched from a submarine 2 miles off the coast, and then they were coming back. And
That was a solid theory, though.
I mean, it could be anything, or it could not be any of those.
I did read an article today. The Chinese have these new mini drones, and they're the size of mosquitoes.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Now...
That would be interesting.
Well, and they've got cameras on them. So it's not like they're carrying weapons, right? But they're cameras. They're used to spy on people, track people around, locations, all this stuff. But you think about that, and you think about how small that is and how easy that would be to, like, spy on you. Like,
or if something maybe just a slight bit bigger than that, to assassinate a world leader.
Yeah.
I don't understand why the drones aren't. If you've seen the videos of the drones in mass,
yeah,
then they can be controlled and they do these amazing things. It's like, well, is that that's going to be the next war? It's going to be the drone war, I think, and it's just going to be. Soldiers can't be on the front lines.
Yeah, I mean, we think it's really cool. Admittedly, I do too. I love a good drone show. When I'm watching the Tesla drone show and they've got the big sign up in the sky, or they're doing a drone show and it says Bitcoin, I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, yeah. But then I'm thinking, yeah, for every sort of positive drone show, think about all the terrible people that have access to drones and technology that are really planning out some nefarious stuff.
And they've got the top drone technology.
Yeah.
If you're a top drone guy, I imagine in every country of the world, you get snatched up by the government going, hey, top drone guy, you're in charge of our program now. And you get
and he's like, hey, cool, I've got these drones and they're the size of mosquitoes.
Oh, here's $1 million, buddy. 10 million for your friends. Yeah. Or is that really a thing?
What happened to big old bomb planes?
It's a P-52.
I want to know they're coming.
Strafe Agent Orange.
I want to hear biplanes.
Trench warfare, where Chad, back in the day, mustard gas. You can't.
What happened to boots on the ground? Back in my day, boots would have to be on the ground.
There's no boots on the ground now. There's no boots on drones.
Now the soldiers playing video games from a bunker 10,000 miles away.
So maybe our force won't need to be so great with drones, and you just got little geeks. Fat geeks.
You got to trust those fat geeks, though, man. You got to keep them jacked up on nicotine and energy drinks and everything else. Yeah, Red Bull, just endless supply of whatever it is to keep them going.
It's pretty cheap. Hot Cheetos and Red Bull. Winning the war.
Our defense budget has gone down by $9 billion this year. We signed an exclusive partnership with Cheetos.
Welcome to get off my lawn radio.
Boots on the ground. Remember your sons and daughters used to go fight?
The next demonstration, I don't care what it is, I'm going to carry a sign that says, boots on the ground. Boots on the ground.
Anti-drone. Boots on the ground.
Sending our finest to die. Sending our finest to die.
Remember those cool Army Navy surplus stores where you get old uniforms?
Send in boots on the ground. Have you seen the new ride from Kawasaki? Must be jumping in the chat. They're talking about something else. I'm not a rider.
They're just having a different moment.
Do you ride a motorcycle?
I have. I used to have a couple.
Like a real two-wheeler, not a three-wheeler?
Yeah. I had a Gixxer and a Ninja and I think one other at some point in time. I can't remember. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a motorcycle guy.
Me either. I am so lucky I escaped by never laying it down. Like really lucky to the point where I'm never going to ride one again, I don't think. Like it would I'd have to be really in a very empty space in the country in a parking lot where there's no traffic. Like I'm not taking any chance. Like it is way too crazy out there to be a motorcycle.
So crazy out there.
Yeah.
Just think all the time in a car, you're like, hey, watch out, buddy. Here in a bike, you're like, oh.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing I have with this robotaxi thing. Like, I'm thoroughly interested, but I'm thoroughly confused because let's say you get the majority of vehicles eventually becoming robotaxis, right?
Yeah.
You can't account for that goddamn Gixxer that's coming 120 miles down the road and thinking he can beat the robotaxi or beat the red light or whatever it is. And shit's just going to happen. I mean, accidents happen. I don't understand how you can have these robotaxis and think that it's going to be safer. And again, I don't, maybe I'm just not up to speed on all the technology and everything like that, but it doesn't make sense. You've got way too much fuckery out there with people with whether it's going to be old muscle cars, their current cars, or recreational vehicles, whatever it is, stuff that just can't be avoided.
But are you saying like a regular driver would have been able to avoid it?
No, I'm saying that
It's just going to look bad?
it's just going to be awkward no matter what, whether it's the robotaxi's fault or the
Yeah,
motorcycle
okay,
driver's fault.
You can't stop it. There's just no way.
Stuff's gonna
to
happen.
Stop fuckery.
Yeah,
I
unless
get
you
that.
had 100% of the vehicles on the road being robotaxis, then you've got these variables in there. And anytime you have the variables of human element, some shit's going to go wrong. But even if you have robotaxi, I don't trust that. I got the autopilot on my Tesla. I disengage that thing all the time because I'm going, I don't know what this thing's going to do. And sometimes it's useful and helpful and it's kind of cool to do. But for the most part, when I see it taking a left at the light and it's not quite hanging the left, and I'm going, is this thing going to go into oncoming traffic? I disengage and I take over. It's a little nerve wracking. I can't quite get down with the robotaxi thing.
If autonomous driving vehicles were the norm and everything was autonomous, but you were still going to have, some accidents, but it was going to be less than the number of accidents with human drivers. See, some people would still want human drivers no matter what.
Yeah.
But
you're always going to have
there's
that.
a possibility that you can, because there's a lot of idiots out there.
A ton.
You might have some technical difficulties or whatever, shit happens with an autonomous car, but you're certainly going to have some shit with Yahoo Joe who's got an IQ of 74. And all these idiot drivers right now, you're going to have lots of fucking shit. I see people do stupid shit all
the
day
time.
long. So maybe it would be better if everything was autonomous.
Well, but then I think about that and I go, okay, what does it do in a scenario like, let's say you're about to smash another car, the robot, whatever it is, right? But there's also a child crossing the street. And both cannot be avoided. For whatever reason. I mean, we've all been in those weird scenarios where it's like something's got to give. It's almost like something's got to get sacrificed here. Like, how does that go, right? Like, does it avoid hitting the car and it hits the kid? Does it know it's a kid? Like, is there object permanence there? Like, I don't know how that works.
Or does it make a better decision than the basically art-out guy who's driving a car?
Which
I don't know.
I don't know what
that's a really. I don't know if there's a right answer.
Yeah, like if a deer is crossing the street, does it stop for the deer? Does it recognize it's a deer? Like, does it just keep going straight? At what point?
Well, you think it would recognize anything crossing its path?
Okay, but what if it sees it as not that big of a deal or something like that? I don't know. I just have a hard time.
I'm not. I'm sure I'm not that. Me. I'm not. I'm like, hey, I'm just happy driving myself regular, and everybody needs to just drive regular. But I bet if everything was autonomous, there'd be less problems because people are so bad at driving and bad at being nice, and there's a lot of fuckery going on the road.
Or if 90% of it was autonomous and the other 10% were human drivers, and you try to switch lanes, and the autonomous vehicles don't know and don't care, and they're not going to let you over, and you're going, Jesus Christ, I got to deal with all these
Yeah.
goddamn autonomous vehicles on the road. And they don't know, like, they're not going to scoot back and go, yeah, man, come on over,
What are
dude.
what's the merge
I understand.
parameters on
Right,
an
like-
autonomous vehicle? The
Right.
guy doesn't see the guy going,
Right, like a little human element. There's not any of that there, which I find.
what is it? How does an autonomous vehicle merge? I'd like to know.
I mean,
Maybe
it
they- Maybe
does.
they do. Yeah.
I mean, mine does it pretty well, but then again, occasionally I get in. I go, I don't think this is going to merge very well, and I disengage it. But all in all, it does pretty well.
probably
It'll speed up past the car, or it'll fall back.
It's a wise move. I'd disengage. I'd smash mine with a hammer.
It's one way to go about it.
Not a fan of autonomy.
20
Hey, what-
years.
All right, we've been fucking just hanging. We've been hanging to the max. So we got to take a break. 7:02.
We'll go to chat next.
Take a break. Oh, you're such an asshole. You're such an asshole. We're gonna chat it up. It's a new segment. It's called Chat Mania, and we've been waiting to unleash it for a year and like 7 months, 8 months even. And yeah, we're gonna lead Chat Mania. So you
Chat
don't wanna,
Mania
You
next.
don't want to go anywhere. You don't.
Don't miss the chat mania.
Be on the edge of your seat for Chat Mania coming up next.
Hey, what's up? It's Ned, and it's time for another Neditorial. That's where I speak the pure, unadulterated truth. Unfortunately, to most of you rubes out there, it sounds like I'm speaking fucking Swahili. But I do it anyway, 'cause it keeps me from going fucking insane. Here we go. Well, it's that time again. Time for the Papal Conclave. That's where Catholic cardinals all convene in Rome to select a new pope. It also means the janitor in the Vatican's pedophile sex dungeon is going to be working overtime. No, I'm not saying that all of the cardinals are pedophiles. I'm sure some of them are just harmless weirdos and homosexuals. I mean, let's get real. How many normal men are going to take a job as a priest? A job whose number one condition is you can't ever have sex again. I'll tell you how many normal guys. 0. And since these cardinals have risen to the highest level of the Catholic Church, I can guarantee they're actively involved in the cover-up of priests raping children, just as Pope Benedict was before he became Pope. Actually, Benedict was not only involved, he was in charge of covering up the sodomizing of thousands of young boys. Let me say that again for all you people who want to kiss this evil kid-fondling monster's ring. Of course, if you do get to kiss his ring, you might want to wash it first, 'cause it's probably got little boy butthole juice on it. Now, as I was saying, when Pope Benedict was a cardinal, he was head of the Vatican's Keep the Lid on the Little Boy Butt-Fucking Department. And he did such a phenomenal job, they promoted him to Pope. But I guess living the world's biggest lie finally caught up with him, and he retired. So now all these queer cardinals have to put on their finest dresses and frilly underwear to meet inside a room and drink wine and watch kiddie porn until the biggest weirdo can suck enough dicks to get voted the new pope. Then they'll throw a pair of little boy's underwear on the fire so there's a puff of white smoke, announcing to all the gullible sheep outside the Vatican that there's a new pope. Jesus, why does everything these drag queens do have to be so dramatic? But anyway, now there's a new pope to order brand new dresses to wear, and he can walk around the Vatican surrounded by an army of Vatican guards, whose ridiculous uniforms make Elton John look like a fucking nose tackle. But to be fair, the new pope, does need an army to guard him, because there's tens of thousands of men out there who were raped by priests when they were young, and that tends to make people a little bit angry, even vengeful. And that's why the Pope rides around in a car made of bulletproof glass. So ask yourself, do you think Jesus would have ridden around in a car made of bulletproof glass? Oh, snap. I got you, didn't I? Net out.
Oh, man. Oh, no. Smoking on the herb all day long. Take a sit down right here and take a toke from a bong. Smoking all day, I do get tired, but that don't stop me from getting higher. Smoking with me is always fun. Start the four-wheeler when the blunt is done. But you know me, I'll probably crash. We can maybe ride tomorrow when I fix it half-ass. Puff, puff, puffing on the Jiffy Pop. Puff, puff, puffing on the Jiffy Pop, yeah. Yeah, you know me, always puffing on that Jiffy Pop. Do it every day, and you know I'm never gonna stop. Even in the salt shed, can't catch me. Found 2 microwaves, but I brought 3. You know I love smoking on a Jiffy Pop, yeah. You know I love smoking on a Jiffy Pop, yeah. Got a new show, the name is Outlandish. Only drink Coronas, but we don't speak Spanish. Just got a Jeep, we got it for the cheap. Was a good deal, till it overheat. Now outlandish, walking on their feet. Fuck it, light that blunt up, and let's go get something to eat. Some outlandish. Y'all already know we puffing on that Jiffy Pop. just bought a $300 Jeep. You know, we fucking stoned and shit. Funny part is, everybody told us not to do it. Don't buy that Jeep. Don't buy that Jeep. We bought it. You know, puff, puffing on the Jiffy Pop. Yeah. Puff, puffing on the Jiffy Pop. Yeah.
That's the sound of a wimpy car alarm. You hear them all the time and nobody pays any attention to them, especially not car thieves. But now there's finally a car alarm with some balls. It's the Eddie Vedder car alarm. Yes, the Eddie Vedder car alarm is guaranteed to stop even the most experienced car thief. Hearing is believing. The Eddie Vedder car alarm fills the air with such feelings of angst and self-importance, no criminal on earth could stand it. But if the grunge sound isn't for you, try the good old-fashioned Roger Daltrey car alarm. That's right, who the f*** are you to be messing with my car? Act now and get the 7 Mary 3 personal attack alarm free. That's right, even the most psychotic rapist can't get it up with the sounds of 7 Mary 3 reverberating through his head. Order all 3 today.
Hot damn, it's the Hang. It's Chat Mania running wild. 3 on 25, 100 bits. Hey. Dog log in the house.
I peeked over there and I saw Ned's Navy like, leave the nuclear talk to adults, Matt. And I'm going, I don't know. Like, I'm over here, you know, we're just, I'm having a little thought. I am curious what everybody else's thoughts are.
What was he saying about?
I don't know. I probably said something stupid about nukes, and, you know, we're just having a little open, free thought discussion, and, you know.
That's why I don't talk to the chat, because you're dicks.
No, I get it, but, like, I wish there was, I wish I could get his opinion on what, you know, what do they think about the nukes? Like, what do they feel about that situation?
Boy, that's a whole.
I know.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about everything.
I'm with you. Like when I'm talking, you know, when I'm talking about like the drone thing in Jersey and all, I'm literally it's just thoughts, you know, just having a discussion. I'm not dug in on my opinions on things.
No, I mean, I try to keep an open mind, you know, about everything. I don't know what's going on. I feel like Trump, like with the latest deal, it could very well be that he's just Israel's lapdog, and there was no reason to do this. It's like, who are we to fucking say who they got nukes? And if I was a country in the Middle East, I'd be trying to get nukes so the U.S. didn't come and invade me. Or did he just solve the Middle East? Finally, somebody with some balls solved them. You know, I mean, if this actually, there were no repercussions, and this actually, okay, so Iran can't have a nuke, whatever, and nothing happened, it'd be pretty like, wow. Well, nobody else solved it, but I'm sure it hasn't. But at this point, I don't think you can say anything different, can you?
I
You
don't.
gotta wait to see what happens, right?
Yeah, but that's the worst part. Is you have
I
to
know.
wait to see what happens.
know, but
like,
what-
and it's like, okay, if some sort of domestic terror attack happens, it's like, oh, well, we know who did it, or do we? And then that goes haywire.
See, the only way it would work out good is even if the normal forces that are in control weren't in control. Because normally we just go to war with Iran and we have, a 20-year war and we make a ton of money for corporations and it's a drone war. We're not losing that many people, so it ain't that big of a deal back home.
But Palantir stock's gonna go awesome.
Exactly. It's a huge. That's the only way it's not that it's would. It's always been that way, and I just find it so hard to believe that Trump. Oh, he's this rogue. He's gonna change the world. Finally, we're gonna do it right, and then nobody's gonna. What happens to people who say that shit, right?
Yeah.
Or try to do that shit. You're talking about everybody in the world. The most powerful people in the world are rooting for the system to stay the same. They don't want it changed. Who's this? Unless the only was if you were going to say, okay, well, the way the world's going, we better fucking take over the world, right? Because or else we're going to get taken over.
Hey, kill or be killed, man.
I think we're getting close to that time.
Are we the hunter or the hunted?
And let's become the if that was Trump's philosophy of it's over, we got to be the hunter right now. We got to do it.
I do like the fact how quickly he's switching gears. He'll like pop off a tweet about like send those planes back, stand down, Israel. And then 10 minutes later he'll go off on AOC, and you're like, whoa, man, he's really got all of it in his wheelhouse. Like, he's not just concentrating on one, he's concentrating on AOC too, and different things.
Or is he a lunatic?
I don't know yet. It remains to be seen.
I don't know. I'm sure you saw this. The Trump fuck you, right?
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like,
Fascinating.
The
ultimate social experiment happening.
If Joe Biden was saying this on his way to Marine One, I would play it 100 times.
Sure.
It doesn't matter. This, to me, a president saying fuck is like, well, yeah.
Not a lot of decorum, but it is it's like turning the page on sort of an old mentality. Like, why not talk like you can?
Why not be real? Why not be real?
Yeah, maybe a little more realness.
You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand?
It almost seems, it almost seems heartfelt. Like he's pissed off.
Yeah. I mean, he leaned in when he said it.
Because he's not that good of an actor. He was an actor on The Apprentice, but he's not like a great actor. He's Trump. He acts like he's good at acting like Trump.
Yeah.
But this is pretty. I don't know if he can sell it this well.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
That with Venom, and then he walked away with swagger. See, Donna, she hates politicians, but she said, "Wow, he did walk away with swagger."
Yeah.
Look at that swagger.
You know what?
I do like, and then underneath those clips, they show like him, when he did like spots in WWE, like him versus Vince McMahon and all that. And you go, oh man, he's been working for a long time.
He's a worker.
The AOC thing was funny because when they got into it, and then I guess recent pictures of her had shown her, and she appears to be getting a little chunky, a little frumpy.
The good life will do that to you.
Yeah. And somebody put, she's suffering from early onset abuelaism. That is and then somebody put a meme of her with just a bunch of cans of Goya ranch food. But I mean, it's a weird thing because you step in those politics, you're opening yourself up to the world,
I guess it's a trade-off though.
She's
she's balling. She's making money.
Yeah, she is.
She wasn't making shit before she was a politician. And how does that happen? That like a
hot stock tip. What do you mean?
No, like a bartender.
Yeah.
With basically, she doesn't say anything that astounds you as really super intellectual. You know, she's just somebody who's at the right place at the right time, or somebody they picked. The whoever it was in the Democratic Party said picked her. Said that's what we need. We need a semi-hot Latin girl to stir the shit and have people to hate. And then the Republican guys will be touching themselves by the hater. They'll be all confused. I think she's a plant.
Well, now she's in there and she's suffering from early onset abuelism, apparently.
The good life. The good life will do that to you. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, man. I was looking at the Bezos wedding. Did you see that this thing is the big to-do? It's coming up.
I didn't really hear about it. Has it happened? I don't even know.
I think it's coming up. And the invite got leaked, like a picture of the invite and all this. And someone about like it's approximate cost like $50,000 per guest.
That's not how much the guests have to pay. That's just how much
right.
And how many guests were there?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but they would
have to be a lot because I'm sure the wedding was millions, right?
Well, it hasn't happened yet, but yes, it's going to be a crazy amount of money. I mean, they're like shutting down a town for it or something, like in Venice. It's just, like they're just renting out Venice or something. And they were saying that every guest has to sign an NDA. And I'm thinking about that. I'm going, you might want to rethink your guest list. Like, how good are the people that you're inviting to your nuptials? Like the most intimate thing that you could probably ever happen in your life, you know, a wedding.
Oh, yeah.
And you get it. Some people like to have big weddings and small weddings, whatever, right? But if you have to make your guests sign an NDA, you might want to rethink your guest list a little bit and go, do we really need that person there if we have to have them sign a goddamn NDA to attend our wedding?
But why do you have to sign an NDA to go to a wedding?
Who knows what's happening at this way? There's going to be a big freak-off, a big Bezos freak-off. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's a huge ass. Anybody that's going to spend that much money on a wedding is a huge asshole, and you will never convince me differently.
I don't think he's the asshole. I think she's the asshole.
Well, then, look, I wouldn't. That's a deal breaker to me. Like, I wouldn't be married to a woman who was like that. I would never.
Yeah, but if you're one of the richest men in the world, it is kind of a drop in the bucket. Oh, and on some level, I hate to say it like this, but you are stimulating the local economy on some strange level. You know, like I'd
give my money away before I'd be spending it on bullshit like that.
I get it.
I wouldn't marry Donna's got a $99 engagement ring that I gave it to her, and she never wanted more than that, and that's why I married her, because she's like me. She don't give a shit about. I don't understand extravagance. It doesn't even come into my brain. If there was no extravagance, the world would actually be a fantastic place for everybody in the world. But we've got all these cocksuckers who want to just...
Well, it depends on your definition of extravagance.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you could have a reasonable definition of extravagance.
Right, a Bezos level of extravagance.
No, that's obscene. To me, that's obscene.
That's really showing off.
I can't comprehend it. It's like I could never be that. Oh, I could never throw money away on stupid shit when I could have done good with it.
Have you ever? What's the dumbest thing you've bought?
Oh my God!
Because you are pretty.
I don't buy a lot. I am telling you, man.
I don't say frugal. That's not the word. It's more like prudent to where
I have no possessions.
That's what I mean. Has there been anything?
You know, I got the house and I have a truck that I have nothing.
But I mean, in your life, has there ever been anything extravagant? Oh, you went on family trips, and that was kind of we've talked about in the past that was kind of your thing of
the most. I think the most I've ever spent was when the mama horse out there, the pretty one, she got her intestines twisted, and I spent 10 G's.
Oh!
I spent 10 G's to get her fixed.
I wasn't expecting that, man.
That's all.
10 G's?
But see, I don't buy anything, so I had 10 G's lying around.
Oh, man, these animals have gotten you into some shit, dude. Wow.
Yeah, that was in the middle of the night, too.
Boy, that vet saw you coming. I really love this horse. Something's going on. I need you to come out right away. How much is it going to cost? 10 G's.
I can't even think how much it would cost now.
Boy, that vet
That was like 10.
That vet
10
saw
years
you
ago.
coming. They rolled up in their Aston Martin. We're like, heard we got a sick horse here. What's up?
I don't know how they do it, how they operate on horses like that. But she was like on her belly. It was like split, like the scar with metal stitches was like, from here to there, and her, just like they split her wide open.
Oh, I was going to ask about the stitches.
Yeah,
so it's
split her wide
that's
open.
got to be some
Big,
just
heavy duty
hardcore.
stitching, and so she couldn't run. So we had to stall her, and I had to take her out to graze and for like an hour or two every day and sit there with her. So, like
knowing that you just spent $10,000
and knowing that she wasn't appreciative at all.
had no idea what's she's in
No.
pain.
And I was out there with her every day, and she don't give me the time of day. But she's
It's pretty selfless.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty selfless to spend 10 grand, and it's like the most extravagant thing you've ever done is not even.
That was
For you.
That was the only time in my life I could afford 10 grand, though.
That's
It's gone down.
what if modern day intestines got all twisted?
No, I ain't spending 10 G's. No.
What if they were like,
she
we
had a
can
good,
get-
she had a good life. She's old now.
We'll do it for 5. Yeah. Whew. 10 G's.
Yeah, it's more like 2,500 to 3,000 now. That's my cap it off there. Let's get real. They had a good life.
We went to the pet store the other day, just to look. I know I know your opinion on pet stores and dogs and all that stuff, and adopt versus new.
Yeah,
And I get it all. I get it, but they're there. We wanted to go see some puppy dogs, so we went and saw puppy dogs.
Kids like to go see the puppy dogs.
Yeah, and I'm holding this one, and I don't know how much it was. Little Shih Tzu, cute little dog, and I was just like, how much is this? Just out of curiosity. And he was like $2,600. And then he goes, it's marked down from like $3,200. I was like, whoa. They just mark a dog down like that? Like it's just a sale dog now? Like, and I'm holding, I'm going, $2,600, it's a cute dog, but
$600.
one, I don't need another dog right now, but two, I'm like, $2,600.
Well, I got news for everybody in the world.
Uh-oh.
Dogs are free. Dogs are free. I've never bought, but they come to me.
Oh,
they
you
come
get the-
to me.
Yeah,
I don't
you get
have to.
the-
I don't even have to shop for them. They're like, "Hey, we want to live with you." I'm like, "All right."
You get the trash
Come
dogs.
live with me.
You don't get the cute Shih Tzus that roll up on your doorstep. You get the.
Oh no! I the two Blue and Baxter that Bella.
They're
had.
great, but
They were they were puppies and they were beautiful.
really.
Oh my God!
they were
I have to show you
puppies?
pictures. Yeah. Well, we got the pregnant dog.
Okay.
It was like she was wandering around, and foolishly I was like, "What's that wandering in the backyard?" And then when everybody runs out, we get the pregnant dog, and we're like, "We got to keep it. It's a pregnant stray dog." And Berlin saw it 2 weeks ago and tried to catch it, but she couldn't. And so we got the pregnant dog. She had him like 2 weeks later. 9 puppies. 9. Oh, you don't. I don't understand these breeders, because that was like a couple months maybe before you can adopt them out of hell. That was more than that. It was more than a couple months, and. Trying to feed 9 puppies, we have pictures of them. We'd have to build barricades, and we'd be feeding them, and they'd be crawling over like zombies. And
Yeah.
then they'd all go into the room, and then we'd have to shut the door because they'd have to shit, and they'd all shit in the room. And it was a night, and we'd all have to go in there with masks and garbage bags and Windex and paper towels and clean up all this shit. How do breeders do that? It was terrible.
I don't know.
We got rid of 7 of them, but we kept 2 of them, and they were so cute.
I don't know how breeders do it. I have some theories on how some of the breeders do it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, they don't do any. They don't need any of that cleaning.
I mean, it is weird. Like, I'm looking at this little puppy dog, and this is going to make me sound like a softy or something, but I'm going, this poor dog, like, it was, 9 weeks, 10 weeks old, the born date, and then you have to wait, I think, 8 weeks or something like that until you can actually take it away from the mom. So this thing was right above the cusp of whatever that timeline is. And now this thing's sitting in a cage by itself with nothing, right?
It's a commodity.
Yeah, and I'm holding it. It's cute, but I'm not going to get it, right? But man, it sucks. Like, imagine just Just things just get ripped away from its mom, and
Yeah.
then it's on a flight. It's done more international traveling than most people, or domestic travel than most people have recently. This thing's only 9 weeks old, and it's already been on a plane.
It's broken.
Flown
You're
down.
buying a broken a broken animal. He's traumatized.
It's like he's
man.
been trafficked, right?
Yeah,
Like-
it's like what's going on, mommy? Stuffed in a thing.
Like, how do you like?
Stuffed in some Taiwanese guy's pants on a flight.
And then you sell it. Somebody takes it home that may or may not be good to it, and the mom has no idea what happened to her children. The children have no idea what happened to the mom. It's just a very weird. It really is a messed up scenario.
It's a sordid tale.
We get used to it because you see a dog at a pet store, you don't like. But if you think about like the backstory, like, God, how would you feel if that that happened to somebody you knew? Yeah. Be a nightmare.
$2,600 is what that's worth. Who is buying dogs for $2,600? Like French bulldogs go for like $6G sometimes and stuff like that. It's like
Expensive dogs out there, man. It's
dogs,
crazy.
I got news for everybody. Dogs are free. I need to tell the world. People don't know this. Dogs are free.
Well, the cute dogs. See, that's the thing.
Not
is
true. All my dogs have been adorable.
Debatable.
No, you're full of shit. Cute dog. What are you talking
I
about?
don't
Cute
find. I don't. I mean,
dog?
look. Okay.
What does it have to be cute to Matt? You get a cute parameter.
Yes, it does. It does. Like a pit bull, I don't find as a cute dog.
Oh, well, I don't find bulldogs to be cute at all.
Golden
No.
retriever, cute.
Yeah. Well, that's.
Labrador, not
I can
necessarily.
get you a golden retriever, a mix. I had a golden retriever mix.
Were you trafficking?
No, I had a golden retriever mix, and she was totally cute, but she wasn't a purebred at all.
I'm just saying the chances of one rolling up on my doorstep that.
There's adorable dogs for free all over the world.
Now,
All over the world.
we do look at those rescue dog websites and stuff, and you see like these ones and like, oh, he's rescued. He's 12 years old. He's a senior dog, so he's going to take some love, and he's also blind in one eye, and his hair's matted, and he's deaf. And it's like you feel awful, but that looks like a lot to take on.
That's a lot.
Like those are the dogs that really need, the assistance. But that seems like such a effort. It
That's
sounds
a lot
terrible to say.
Senior dogs, that's a lot of effort.
Right. It's like its owner passed away and it's been neglected.
Like
and
you saw the senior dog I had with cancer of the leg.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, when she was one of my favorite dogs. So sweet, the best dog ever. And when she died, I had a wave of relief come over me because it consumed my life. Making sure she didn't hurt herself, making sure she was okay, making sure I carried her outside to take her to the bathroom, giving her special food. But Don and I both doing all this shit every day. And then when she finally went, it was like, well, that's over with.
you want to go grab some chilies?
Yeah, I mean, it was every day I would come, open the bedroom door and let's see if Rue's here, and that it's just not. It was terrible.
Yeah, the quality of life thing.
No,
Is,
and finally I was like, we got to do it.
the blind dogs amaze me. My buddy lost his pet a couple years ago. The dog was blind and slipped in the pool.
Ooh, that's bad.
Like they accidentally left the door up, or some weird scenario.
Certainly happens.
And then they find the dog, and the kids are freaking out, and it's like a terrible scenario. And the only thing you can do in that moment is go get another dog as quickly as possible to try to like mask the pain from kids losing the dog. It's like, well, here's a new puppy.
That's pretty traumatic.
And this
too.
one can see.
That's traumatic.
Yeah.
You just have to break the glass. Emergency puppy. He heals everything.
Disney World and a new dog. That's it. Oh my God.
I'm pretty good. The dogs, cats and dogs. I always put them down because I don't want to see that. And I gave all these animals good homes. Almost every single animal I've ever had has been a stray, and it's like they live 15 or 16 years. I'm like, them's the breaks. It's time to go. Do the right thing. Put you down.
Yeah.
You live 60. Like a cat lived 20 years. It's like, man, she had a great life, and I'm doing the same thing with the cat with the special food and the da 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 and the da 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 and the da 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 and the da da da, and it's like, okay, she's gone. We did a BOGO with the cat and the dog.
Yeah.
We went, here, come put them both down.
There's nothing worse than an obligation gift. You know, I remember my daughter, my niece got my daughter out of nowhere for her birthday, comes over with a goldfish. And she's like, yeah. I got you and it's just like she won it from the carnival. You know what I mean? Like literally a bag of, and I got you a goldfish. And it's like, now what? What does this mean for us? So now it's an obligation. So now we got to go get a tank. We've got to figure all this stuff out. And I didn't realize goldfish live a long time.
Do they?
It was like it was alive for like 2 years or something. You know, and then another fish came along. Couldn't kill it. Another a beta fish came along so then we had to get a divider in the tank because they can't be in the same tank. So now you got to worry about. And I'm like, man, these obligation gifts. Like, don't bring over pets as a
bring
present.
Me a chore. Don't bring me
an obligation or a chore.
No.
I don't know. I got my colonoscopy coming up. I got to prep up tomorrow. I start my prep.
Pity the fool that has a colonoscopy. I pity the fool.
I was supposed to get an endoscopy as well. Is that what? Endoscopy and whatever the hell.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I was going to get one from the front and one from the back, right?
At the same time?
Same time.
Like you're on all fours?
I'm just
on all fours like this?
Just having it was going to be a freak off. It was going to be crazy.
Oh, DP.
And
getting the DP.
I was going to get the DP.
The DP scan.
I was going to get the DP scan, and I'm gearing up. I'm at the store last night. I go get Gatorade and chicken broth and everything I'm going to need because apparently this is going to be awful, right? It's cleaning out, and I'm going to expect to be on the toilet for hours and whatever.
Yeah.
This morning I checked my email, and they're like, hey, here's an estimate of your cost for the thing. Click on it. I'm like, what? No. What's happening here? Like so it was almost $5,000 for the thing.
The procedure.
So
I call. $5K.
I call and I'm like, hey, what is this about? Can walk me through this. Help me understand what's happening here. And they're like, oh, the colonoscopy's covered. The endoscopy's not. You have to meet your deductible and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. Out of pocket, whatever. And I go, okay, so I'm not going to do that. Like that's out. Like that's out. Like that's it. And they're like, so you don't want to do that? I go, no. And they go, okay, is it due to cost? I go, absolutely it's due to cost. And here's the messed up part is they sent me this thing via email. Now, I don't know how often other people check their email, right?
Yeah.
Let's say that you're a senior citizen or whatever, or somebody that just doesn't check their email, or it gets sent to spam or whatever it is. And you go in for your checkup and you go sign off on the paperwork because you're just trying to get in there and get everything handled. And you kind of unknowingly sign off on this $5,000 bill. Like, I feel like they should give you a little bit more of a heads up than 2 days ago. Hey, by the way, this is also going to be $5,000. Sign here real quick, or don't forget it. And we'll, it seemed like a giant sales job.
It's a whole different there's no other business in the world where you don't really, the prices are like, what you go to a car, they're not like,
that's the best
tell
part.
You when you get it home.
And it said estimate on the top. So it's not even like a final price. It's which estimates rarely ever go down. Yeah, usually it's only going to go up. And you're right. It is. And I was going, am I getting car guide here? Like, did I just get car guide by the hospital and a doctor?
I think they start out car guy and everybody, and maybe they. Did they come down in it, or you just
no? It's acid reflux and GERD and whatever the hell else they think it is. And I'm going, I will guess what, kids? I'm going to have acid reflux for the foreseeable future. Now, if my ass is riddled with cancer, that's a whole different thing. But, they said while you're under, we might as well do this too to check it out. In my mind,
might as well.
right. In my mind, I'm going, yeah, okay. I'm thinking it was covered. I just found out today that it's not. And it's, 2 days away. That to me seems pretty, it's not shady. It's just odd.
Oh, shady.
And I'm not, the hospital realm and all that, but I was like, well, you're only getting single penetration this time. There's no way you're DPing me for and I'm gonna pay $5,000 for it.
Pay $5,000. What a sucker! Somebody was sitting in a cuck chair for that one. Can I sit in the cuck chair for your DP, your endoscopy, and your colonoscopy?
Go down his throat.
Manson Mark says, "Is this live? It's hard to know it's live because nobody tells you when it is." I don't. Well, we don't, sit here and go live, but we're always live. If you're seeing something on this stream, it's live. I don't ever play replays, so it's live. If you see it, if it's on, it's live. I haven't played a replay in forever.
Yep, it's live.
It's live. It's live. Live. And we're stopping Chat Mania. I can't take it anymore.
Oh. Did we get in trouble?
No, I just figure, it's a bit. I'm exhausted from Chat Mania, and we'll.
Did Chat Mania ever start? I'm trying to remember that it even ever begin.
No, it never started.
Oh, okay.
It never started.
My bad. Chat Mania. I sent you a video of what I consider to be the greatest athlete of all time. Some might differ. I'm sure some might agree, but there's one with a goat. Yep, that one. Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
I came across this, and it's him talking about his 40-yard dash back in the day. I don't know, I know we've kind of discussed GOATs in the past, but to me, Bo Jackson, there is no greater. I mean, Michael Jordan and stuff, yes, but pure athlete, build and
Pure freak.
yeah, just
He's
to
a
me, it doesn't get better than Bo Jackson.
4.13, and he got injured fairly early in his career, and
Yeah.
he was done. It's like, man, I would have liked to known, his stats.
Well, and you listen to how nonchalantly he talks about this, and you just go, man, there's not ego involved. It's just this is just one of the greatest athletes ever.
I was on my way to a track practice, and they had to come by there. There had to be 20 to 30 guys there, and we were inside running, and the coach said, "Hey, Bo, we got a bunch of scouts here from all over the country, and we got a little combine here. They're timing guys for the 40. Why don't you come in and run a 40 for them?" And, do I have to? You want me to come and run now, and I got to go run at track practice, because I practiced with Harvey Glantz, who's an Olympic gold medal winner from Auburn, and I ran my first 40. And about 5 yards from the finish line, I kind of let up and just cruised it, and I ran a 4.3. As I'm walking back, my coach is walking toward me. He said, "Hey, why don't you run the damn 40? Give these people what they want." I said, "You got to open the back door because I can't stop in this distance if you want me to do it." So they raised the back door up, and I told the guy that I was with, get my bag and just go on and start walking because I'm not going to stop and I'm not coming back. I got
Hold my bag.
down, and everything was done electronically, and some of the guys that had stopwatches, they had me at a 3.9, a 4 flat with stopwatches, but the electronic timer had got me at a 4.13.
I mean,
Yep.
that's
Football, baseball.
just the build. Again, I go back to I see some of the athletes and some, and you go, "Well, I'm not a man." That's what a man looks like. That's a, you know what I mean? That's a whole different.
I almost wonder if back, when there were first men,
cavemen. You talking?
Maybe the cavemen, a little bit past cavemen. That's all the guys look like that because those. If you look like me, you were on the run your entire life.
You were the hunted.
I was the hunted.
Bo was the hunter.
And if you looked like Bo Jackson, you
little gazelle, you just,
Bo Jackson had seven wives and everybody else is shit because he took it all.
yeah. And what are you going to do about it, kind of thing?
And what are you gonna do? You're not gonna do nothing about it,
Yeah.
unless you look like Bo Jackson, which is, and so that's the ones who survived, and then we just diluted. Now our population is so diluted.
Now we're wearing dresses.
We're heading to an extinction event. We're extinguishing ourselves.
Did you watch any of the NBA finals?
I just happened to tune it in the Game 7 with about 5 minutes to go, and it was kind of like over already, and it was very lackadaisical and unexciting.
Did there seem like an inordinate amount of white guys on the floor at any given time? Like I said, just me. Like I saw, it appeared to be 2, maybe 3 white guys out there, like on one team at any. I don't know which team. I wasn't paying that much attention, but I was like, that's weird. Like I haven't seen 2 or 3 white guys on. I mean, just being real. But it's like, what are they doing out there? Like, get them out of there.
A lot of them are from Europe, from the Baltic countries.
Croatia?
The Slavic countries, because I think if you're Slavic, you're big.
Okay.
And you're insane. Like these guys, they don't care. Like they're just like,
so it's not the white guys from your local high school around here.
It's not real white guys,
okay.
Matt.
All right, they're imported white guys.
But I think a lot of the guys on the 2 teams that played were just American white guys.
Really?
I think.
That's fascinating to me. I was.
What's the methodology of why there's more white guys in the NBA? I
was like, did everybody get injured? What happened here?
Everybody got injured.
Down to the bench players in the championship?
I don't know. I rewrote the old song "I Love White Guys in the NBA."
Yeah,
because it's so dated. All the names are dated, and I was like, it sucked because there's no cool names anymore. There's no white guys other than Luka Doncic, and you can't even say their names because they're all Serbian. There's a couple Lukas, and that's it. I don't know any of these white guys.
I think Luka might be the only one that I know.
Yeah, it's like I don't. And
not that I'm a sports fanatic, so And
they're all there. Most of the white guys in the NBA were from the Baltic states. I don't know what that means. I want to see the guy, the Florida Gator. If you've seen the guy who just he was redshirted by the Florida Gators. He's 6. I think he's 6'9".
Okay, 6'9".
6'9". No, 7. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say 6'9".
7'9".
No, 7'9".
7'9", and he doesn't look like a freak.
Hold on, he's like 7'9",
and he looks almost normal, which is really crazy.
Yeah, usually they're super gangly or something.
Like Sean Bradley. Yeah, it's like every time he got the ball, you thought he was gonna break in half.
Yeah, he looked like he had brittle bone disease at all times.
But it's like this guy can like dunk the ball standing, and it's like,
how can you compete with that?
I don't know.
Like you got to just foul the crap out of him, right? Like,
I think that's why he redshirted, because it's like these big guys will just kill him. So he needs a couple years to beef up. That tall, you got to beef up that tall.
I don't know. If I was the coach, I would be like, 7'9", get in there. We're not redshirting anything. We need you in there ASAP.
Yeah.
Just stand there. Just be there. Don't do it. Cherry pick. Just be there.
And on defense, imagine 7'9" wingspan.
I wouldn't even have him on defense. I would just have him cherry picking permanently.
It's an automatic basket.
Yeah. I mean, for real.
What's your position, cherry picker?
He's a professional cherry picker.
I think they should get rid of offsides in soccer and have cherry picking.
I agree with you.
If you're willing to cherry pick, you got one less guy up there, but you got a cherry picker.
I mean, at some point they can pull they pull a goalie. Like, what's the difference?
I mean, it'd be so much fun with a cherry picker. And the goalie's always got to be ready. Like, this fucking cherry picker over here. Normally the goalie's like, nothing to do.
Yeah, that or really switch it up, and you get an extra player. At any point in time, you call like a 5-minute audible, and you can just bring in another player. Just boom. Nobody has to get penalties to take anybody out or anything like that. You just get one a game of bringing an extra player. Like, because all these rules, like especially soccer / football, they really haven't changed in a number of years.
No.
But if you not to bring it back to like Savannah Bananas baseball or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Not quite that, but
I agree.
Maybe bringing a little something new, a little flavor to it.
New. Football changes all the time. Football changes the rules all the time. They go with the flow.
Like if you're Major League Soccer, you're not Premier League, so you don't have to contend with that. You can have a good time with it. You can have a little fun.
You got the golden buzzer, and for 10 minutes when you hit that golden buzzer,
there you go.
You got an extra player for 10 minutes.
That's it.
And maybe it's another goalie. You're like, you ain't scoring on us for 10 minutes because we got two guys in the and the other team's like, F you, we got to, since your two goalies are gone, we got an extra forward. It'd be fascinating.
I would love I love the golden buzzer idea. I hate the two goalie idea. There is not nearly enough goals in soccer to begin with. Don't even try to put two goalies in there. Ew.
But then you got your whole team. You're like, just go score because we don't need any defense. We got two mother effers in the goal. Be ludicrous.
Whatever. Is the lingerie football league still a thing?
I haven't seen it in a while, but I bet it is. I don't know, or maybe not. Do you know?
It's got to be the most misogynist thing ever.
Yeah, maybe it got woked out of business.
Maybe.
It might have got woked out of business. I saw we have a professional women's team in Tampa. You may not know this, Matt. Nobody does. It's called the Tampa Bay Sun.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
And they won the whatever championship of their league.
Yeah.
And so they had a boat parade, like a couple.
Literally one boat.
It's like it's like I don't think on a Wednesday. It's like I don't think anybody's showing up for the Sun boat parade.
I saw in the news they go, "Hey, the Sun won the championship," and they've also unveiled for plans for a new stadium on the riverfront. And I'm going, well, what are they going to do with the stadium? Like, they might have. I mean, you can have all the aspirations you want, but like, who's going to pour money into that? Like, that league's it's not going to thrive 10 years from now. Like, you better have some other plans for that stadium is my point. Like, if you're going to hold some concerts there, some festivals.
That women's soccer is not an economically viable sport?
Not in Tampa. It might be for a season or two.
I mean, I saw the plans for the stadium. Did you see the renditions?
I did.
And I was like, that's impressive. I don't know if it's going to work out.
It's too impressive.
It was going to work out. But then I heard the Rays might, what's her name? Jane Castor was like, well, right now the Sun stadium, but never say never. If the Rays said yes, they would kick those girls to the curb faster than anybody's business.
The Sun would be playing on a practice field next to the Rays Stadium.
Yeah, nobody's going to see those games.
Man, I was watching Polk County Sheriff, whatever Grady Judd, that guy, and he was. They had a big fentanyl bust up there because, that's what Polk County does every day is
child touchers and fentanyl.
I mean, it is more scumbags. I don't know. I mean,
it's a bad county.
Again.
It's the worst county in America.
I give Grady Judd credit for what he does, but at the same time, I don't know if I can give him credit for what he does because there is just a shit ton of scumbags just continuing to flow in that county. Like, they're not scared at all. Like, it's just a pass-through.
How about some prevention?
We got them. Now, it was too late, but we got them.
We got them now. They killed 7 people, but we got them.
We finally got them.
I got a cute name for them, too. I got a zinger or two.
Yeah. But they were showing this fentanyl bust, and I'm going, that is a lot of fentanyl. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't know what the punishment for fentanyl currently is, but if you look at one of those tablets of fentanyl and it would take maybe a quarter of one of those little tiny pills to kill somebody, and these are just bags and bags of fentanyl pills. Like, why aren't we, if we really want to crack down on it, like, why don't we just turn that into attempted murder? If you're caught smuggling fentanyl, it's attempted murder.
Yeah.
Like weed, nobody's dying from weed necessarily if they're smoking it, something like that. Fentanyl, clearly, that's going to kill people with a very, very, very low dose. If you want to stop the fentanyl, I mean, again, this is just me spitballing here, but just attempted murder across the board because you're attempting to murder somebody if you really think about it.
I mean, we got this war on drugs, but we don't seem to be able to stop all this fentanyl from just pouring across the border.
And it pours into the border, into Polk County specifically, who has the toughest man
Grady
who's
Judd.
going to take care of it all until he does it.
Why are you trying to transport your fentanyl into Polk County?
Because apparently you
It's
can.
it's a bad move. Grady Judge will get you.
He'll get you eventually.
It said Grady Judge said that there was enough fentanyl caught in this bust
Yeah.
to kill the entire population of Ohio. And I'm like, yeah, but that's just a bunch of bullshit. Because if it had gotten through, the entire population of Ohio wasn't dying. They said this would kill 24 million people. It's not going to kill.
Was it that much?
Yeah, but it's not going to kill 24 million people. Only like 100,000 people a year die of fentanyl. That's just what the news, the sheriff's offices. Potentially it would kill, but actually a bunch of people are going to get a high, and a few of them are going to die.
Ordinarily I would agree with that. I mean, look.
No, I mean, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just like they should make it like you said. It's the worst drug. It should make it. If you sell it, they
Like
gotta,
throw the stiffest thing out there.
But I'm saying, you don't need to give me the exaggerated 24 million people would have died if you hadn't got. No, maybe 10,000 at most.
This here is the equivalent of 10 nuclear bombs.
Like I'm tired of that. It is bad, and I don't think when we're talking about China and dealing with China and the tariffs and everything, we're not really talking too much about fentanyl. I don't know if we are talking enough about fentanyl.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I was looking at it. It just seemed fascinating to me of just all of it. Like I've known people that do cocaine, and people that do coke, and some can just do rails all night long. And they're fine, right? They're okay. They can function. Others overdose, but
cocaine, might eventually kill you, but it generally isn't going to kill you,
right?
Like just doing a couple lines isn't. But
but fentanyl, that tiny, tiny little smidge amount, you're done. That's pretty frightening. That is pretty frightening.
That I wouldn't be doing cocaine anymore.
Yeah, if it's stepped on.
Can you imagine? Oh, what happened to Manson? Yeah, he had a great family, 3 kids and a wife, and he's doing a podcast. Oh, he did some blow and had fentanyl in it, and he's dead. You're like, I ain't being that guy.
I mean, even the dealer can't trust their dealer, and that dealer can't trust their dealer, right? Like it's like, where'd you get this coke? Trust me, I got it. I don't know about this. Like everybody, because
I mean,
if there's any of it in there, it's all bad.
Fortunately, they don't seem to be putting the fentanyl in the weed. It's not a thing that I know of. So that's all you have.
I don't know.
Fortunately, and you can always go to the dispensary, and that's there's not going to be fentanyl in your weed. Hopefully, in the dispensary.
Until the government can make money off it, then
they'll figure it out. Yeah, pretty soon there are going to be fentanyl dispensaries around the country.
Little fentanyl never hurt anybody.
Around the country. Dark days, my friend.
It's getting trippy out there.
That's why we're hanging.
So are we doing the OT tonight?
No, I canceled it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, fuck that. It's like zero listeners.
Like ping pong instead?
I have no subscribers to my website.
Oh, no.
I'm cashing in my chips tomorrow.
That's it?
I'm working in lawn care from now on. I want a zero turn. I just want to ride a zero turn. I don't want to do the leaf blowing or the edge. No, I just want to ride the zero turn all day long. It's fun. Ever do run a zero? You got to try it, Matt.
It does look fun.
It's fun.
It does look fun. I'm afraid that I would miss a spot, or like I would need a pattern, to go in.
You get a pattern.
If I miss a spot, it's like I would say I'm fascinated with the lawn care professionals out there. I mean, it is hot as hell here right now.
It's brutal.
And these lawn care professionals are out there wearing blue jeans, like thick denim blue jeans. And I don't know how they're doing it.
I think that you have to be, that's what you have to do. Because you see them, they got the long, and they'll have the face, they're almost like
covered up.
A burqa.
Yeah.
They got their eyes.
They look like P. Diddy in a freak off room. It's just eyes cut. Yeah.
I guess otherwise they'd just be baked when they got home. From the sun, I guess.
If I was doing that for a living and I got home, I would just like immediately you got to just take off your pants. I've had blue jeans on in 110-degree weather all day.
Let this body breathe.
Yeah. Air my sack out for a bit.
That's your busy season in Florida, is all summer long.
Yeah,
the grass grows like a mother effer down here.
Yeah, in the winter, the lawn guys they'll scale it back to once every other week.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. It's like no need for you to come every
come.
week. Like
nothing's growing.
But then summertime, every week, just.
So around here, it's like So I do it in sections. You know, I mow this, and then I mow that, then I mow that, and then by the time I'm done with all three, it's time to get back to I'm just a perpetual mower during the summer.
Yeah, I don't know how you're doing it.
It's rough, man. It's rough.
So for real, are we doing
yeah,
Cluster OT?
Absolutely.
Okay, I didn't know if you were
God.
kidding.
I mean, the party's just getting started.
I didn't know if
it?
you were canceling or not.
Isn't it just getting started?
I mean, we've done 2 hours of pretty sweet hanging.
I mean, you know, it's almost like we should drop the mic and not even give them an OT this week. Sometimes, you know, and you're like, hey, you know, I know you guys are looking for the OT, but you know what? You're going to have to wait another week for it.
Well, there may or may not be a pop-up OT then.
No, we're doing the OT.
Okay, we're doing the OT.
Of course we're doing it.
You can find it at clusterfshow.com.
Clusterfshow.com. The only place in the world, think about this. In this day of information, the only place in the world that you can get the cluster, the Hang OT is clusterfshow.com. Solid gold.
That's where it's at.
Solid gold.
What was that?
Oh, that was Beaver Smell Like Tuna says, great hang, fuckers. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear, Beaver Smell Like Tuna.
Thank you, Beavers.
Great hang, fuckers. All right. So we're out of here. Thanks so much for tuning into the Hang. I got it on the. And I'll get it back to the 2K.
Oh yeah, download us on Spotify and Apple Music. Apple Music's been a big one for us lately. I don't know why. I guess Apple seems to be a pretty big platform. Apparently, there's a lot of people with Apple devices.
You know what? I would say that this is probably a top 50 podcast in the country. I mean, there's a lot of interesting people out there. There's a lot of talent in it. But I'm thinking, if you go down the list, maybe we're top 20. If you go down the list, there's a bunch of dog shit that people are listening to. There's a bunch of mediocrity.
We'll change the name to Call Her Stepdaddy, and then we'll just
there you go.
We'll ride off her coattails and call her daddy, and we'll just call her stepdaddy.
It's all in the name. It's all in the niche.
Well,
in the niche.
Things are all right.
Think of a niche. We got to do. Autistic men who we got to do a couple, like 3 different things. We have to get 3 niches. We're autistic. We're not fluid. I'm gonna go that route. I mean, we could wear fake boobs here and say we're artistic.
I ain't doing that.
Okay, we'll just be the hang.
Yeah,
then.
we'll just hang.
We just hang.
Okay, so clusterfshow.com. Download us, like and subscribe at ClusterF. Is it Cluster F Show on YouTube?
ClusterFshow.com, the Cluster F Show on YouTube, Twitch videos, Spotify,
Send
Apple.
us feedback.
We got some good insults 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Looking for some more solid ones.
I was very disappointed that nobody chose to insult us mid-show again. Come on, man. Like, that's what we're looking for.
Do better.
That's like a
Do
smack.
better.
It's like a smack in the face right in the middle of the show. It makes us try harder. Man.
We're into it. We like it.
We like it. Treat us bad.
Talk dirty.
Talk dirty to us. Abuse us. Come on.
Smack us around a little bit.
All right, we're headed to the OT on clusterfshow.com. Only place in the the universe, Matt. In the universe.
Whole universe.
You can hear the OT. All right, thanks so much for listening. See you on Cluster F tomorrow, 7 o'clock. I mean, 7 o'clock. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I don't even know.